Hi, I'm Olivia Goodrich.
And I'm Josh Holland. And today we want to talk about the spiritual discipline of fasting. Fasting is when you temporarily abstain from something like food, social media, your cell phone, or in our case, beverages, all with the goal of drawing closer to God and becoming more dependent on Him. My mom has always really encouraged us to give up something for Lent, and that's really how we got started. And she always encouraged us specifically to pray about it, to feel that nudge from God. So this year, I was praying about it on and off for a few weeks, and I had a light bulb moment when I was thinking about it, and I drank a Dr. Pepper. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll just give up drinks. That's what we end up doing.
Yeah, he's always been such a beverage guy and recently has converted me to being into beverages myself. So it really felt like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I asked Olivia to do it with me. I felt as though it would be a strong bonding experience for us, and I really felt God was nudging me to do it. So I advise praying about it, think about it, and recognize the fact that the things that are usually the hardest but most fulfilling to give up are right in front of you.
The hardest part of all of this for me was getting myself out of the routine of drinking other things besides water every day. Like, there are so many little temptations
Yep.
that can catch you so easily, like waking up in the morning and going to make your daily tea, or a friend offering you a sip of their drink, and you don't usually think about it, but it can really catch you.
Again, uh, I'd say definitely the hardest temptations I faced were the ones that I almost forgot about. Like in New York, I almost ordered a Mr. Pibb because it's the experience. And in fact, I even drank a milkshake a few days into Lent because I always got one after I got off work at Chick-fil-A, and I had to get halfway home before I realized why I felt so bad about it. And I even ended up calling her, and we debated or whether a milkshake was a drink or not. So don't take it too seriously, but definitely hone in on the fasting part, not the material of it, because the experience is really the important part. Like when you feel as though you're fasting an experience for God, that's really what strengthens your relationship.
A biblical example that I really held on to through this whole experience was Jesus fasting for 40 days in the desert, and the fact that he was in a lot of pain when he did that, and he had to overcome all of those temptations and hunger, and that really inspired me to be able to overcome it myself.
Yeah, the temptations of the devil on him was really what kept me going too, because it made Jesus stronger in that, because he was a person after all, and God. But when you lean into the temptation and ask God to tempt you more, it can really make you stronger through it instead of like hiding away from it. You got to face it head on.
And something that I thought about afterwards is that doing it with someone else can be really fruitful, because you're not only growing with God yourself, but you're growing with God in your relationship together. Like, doing it together, we kept each other accountable and inspired, and afterwards honestly found ourselves not really craving anything else but water.
It's true.
And this was my first time formally fasting, and being able to do this with him really it was a really special experience.
Yeah, and you get like a extra sense of accomplishment doing it with someone else, because you're not only feeling accomplished with yourself, you're feeling accomplished with them, and it really does strengthen your relationship. And I'd say don't stay away from the hard parts. Like my dad once joked that Jesus never left the desert. So don't cheat once a week or something. If you feel yourself slipping and wanting to, don't. I mean, it defeats the purpose. So really face it head on. Get closer to God. Really push yourself physically as well. It really ends up being great. And she's right about the drink thing. I drank Dr. Pepper on Easter Sunday, and I thought, I like this. At first, all I wanted was water, so it has health benefits as well. And I do love it again now, though. I've gotten used to it again, but still, I still have that experience, and I don't drink it as much.
Like he said about not straying away from the hard parts, doing it with things that aren't convenient or ideal to give up is the whole purpose of it. It's supposed to be hard. So find something that'll be a real challenge to start doing or to give up. Because putting that time and effort into a spiritual discipline that pushes you and makes you uncomfortable will really be what strengthens you and your relationship with God. And if you're doing it with someone else, then the people with you greatly.
Yep. Just remember, it's supposed to be hard. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need what I gave up, then that's the whole point. That it really will be totally worth it and fulfilling in the end. So I recommend praying about it. Try not to logic your way into giving up something. You really feel what you should give up. And in that sense, it's like a light bulb moment. Like it was a light bulb moment feeling what I should give up, a light bulb moment when I felt I should give up Livia. So don't fast only for yourself. Allow God to kind of nudge you in that direction. That's really the important part.